Oh, it's no problem. We have my co-host is Beats Gordy.
Hi,
He's hiding,
hi,
and we got Solo. They're both hiding right now. I guess.
Hi guys.
how you doing?
Good.
So I think we are a little unprepared. We got unsure. It's almost like we thought we was getting stood up, so we got scared and we was coming up with a plan B. So would you like to join in our normal conversation before we get into asking you 21 questions?
Oh, there's gonna be 21 questions.
Something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. So what are you guys
Okay.
talking about?
So, Beats, you had a few topics ready for us today.
Oh yeah, I got a few topics. First of all, again, I'm gonna thank you for coming in and joining us this week.
You're so welcome.
All right. I wanted to actually touch on some of the like anniversaries and some of the milestones that came up this week. It was the 30-year anniversary of Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted, his debut album,
Wow.
and he actually went on IG and did a listening party for
Oh, very cool.
the CD. Well, it was a cassette back then. And also, the 21st was the birthday of the late Notorious B.I.G. as well.
Yes.
That was actually on the 21st. And what actually stood out with that was his son CJ would be 24 in October, which
Right.
is the same amount of time that Biggie was alive,
Mhm.
which is a big part. It's kind of like with me living back then. It's hard to believe that it's actually been that long. Were you influenced by any of his music?
Oh, of course. I mean, who wasn't influenced by Biggie? And what's so incredible about him is that he's had such a lasting impact with such a small body of work
Right.
that just goes on and on and on. And I often say, like, there was always that comparison of him and Pac,
Yeah.
and like Biggie was the lyricist. Pac,
Right.
however, had that it factor, that je ne sais quoi, that like he got on the mic, it didn't matter if the beat was bad, it didn't matter what he was saying, you were buying it, you were believing it.
Right.
Yeah.
And another connection they had, they were both Gemini's as well.
What are
Um,
you? Uh, what are some of your? Where are you from? And also, what's your sign? Since we're there with we have to shine some light on your talent as well.
well, I was born in South Africa,
Okay.
and I grew up in Florida, South Florida, and now I live in Atlanta, and I'm a Leo, 100%.
Hey. Okay. So
Lion Gang.
I'm a Cancer, so I don't think people like to hear as much about Cancer. No.
They're
We
good
are what
people.
we
My
sound
grandma's a
like.
Cancer, so
So water sign. Yeah. So what? Okay, we look at your own music that you've made, and I see you made music with Royce and Fat Joe.
hmm
Beef is from Detroit. I'm from Toledo, Ohio, 45 minutes from Detroit, and me and Solomon are currently in Tampa.
cool.
So,
Hey,
what
Beast too.
are what helped build your sound, and who do you like to listen to?
Um, so I think my sound primarily was heavily influenced by Nas. That was my
Mm,
guy, and I'm into
Yes, man.
yeah, I'm a Nas girl all the way. But I was influenced by so many people. Like I just love music, so it didn't matter if it was like Frank Sinatra or Pac or Big or Nas or Meek Mill or Royce. Good
yeah,
music is just good music to me,
I like that.
and I feel like music should be timeless. Just like we're celebrating, Big's birthday, and we still love his music. It's never gonna be not great.
Correct.
So,
That's
I'm very influenced by artists that are like that.
timeless and classic. What are things you think make music timeless and classic? Like, definitely, we know now most people just chase a sound. Every
Right.
song has to stay original. Um, what? Does your upbringing help you? Do you bring that into how you write your music, your lyrics, and like South Africa to America? Like, does that play a part in any of your music?
I mean, a small part, I guess. To me, a lot of my music is just relevant to what I'm going through at the time. So I have had songs on each album that I feel like came from that very personal place. My first album, you know, I wrote a song on there that was the intro, and we kind of spliced some Nelson Mandela in there just to show people like where I came from. And so I do try to bring that in, but I also just try to be myself and like make sure that whatever I'm saying on a record is who I am and what I'm about.
That's a great answer, and it shows the depth. And here you guys got a question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, as far as the type of music that she does, what influences her to go to a different type of style when she actually is listening to something and is influenced? What motivates her to try different new things?
I think it's like the feeling you get, right? Like there's a certain vibe when you listen to music. Like if I want to get in a certain mood, like I said, I can throw on like Meek, or Royce or Roddy Rich or any of these guys, you want to get in that mood. So it's kind of like, where am I right now? Like, where's my vibe? Where do I want to go with it? And I feel like I don't ever want to box myself in as an artist. I sing and I rap. So for me, I just want to make music that I can stand behind. I'm an independent artist. Um, I'm kind of super proud of my independence and being able to keep that. So for me, there's no rules.
All right.
Yeah. My bad. I came in late. I had technical difficulties with my computer. But speaking of you being an independent artist, and I was watching some of your videos. You was dropping a lot of gems. But I'm saying like a lot of videos you're giving out pretty much advice, free advice. But what kind of made you want to give out free advice to some independent rappers coming up?
I just saw like, when you come up in this business, it's like super cutthroat, right? And a lot of the times you're taking a lot of hits. It's like those constant jabs that you're getting. And I just looked at it like, if I could help a few artists kind of just lead them down the right road, then that's what I want to do, because there were people in my career that helped guide me, and I took what they said to heart, and I was like, okay, that's what you're saying, I'm gonna go do that. And I feel like there's other artists that are independent, they want to keep their independence, but they may not know the way to do it. And so, you know we're capable, we can do this. It's just go find the information and let's go.
Exactly. Who are some of those people that help give you that start, and who are some of the people you like that's on your team you would like to shout out, like engineers or anything like that?
My biggest player on my team is Street Runner, legendary super producer Street Runner. He's produced the majority of my stuff and my music, so he's just always, he's up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's always kept me like in this very high standard of making music. Like if it don't sound right, he's like, no, go back, throw it out,
Perfect.
start again. And I've had this great team of songwriters I've worked with for so many years. I've used the same engineer, Tommy EP. I just started a songwriting camp with a few of my girlfriends. Shout out to Alonda and Frankie. Um, you know, so I'm always trying to network and build. I have my guy Jimmy O. He's like in my corner with me on the executive tip as far as like opening doors and walking in the right buildings. So this what we do musically is not it's a team. It's like the teamwork, makes the dream work.
Exactly. These guys get tired of me sending it in the group chat at least once a week. Like, but it seems like that's what makes everything work. It's like they
Yeah.
say, reach one, keep one. And another quote I just seen is the way to get what you want is by helping as many other people you can help get what they want. So
and here's another quote. Alone you go faster, together you go further.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
So
like
is there any other things within the entertainment field that you're interested in pursuing in the near future or in the late future?
I'm just like opening my mind up right now, and me being an artist for so long, and then getting to a point and going, you're more than just an artist, you're a creator. I'd love to start possibly directing music videos and just getting all that under my belt, because I've done these things for myself for so long. So that's what I'm realizing. Like, if I could pass on the game and kind of, teach people, I think that, that's my job, really.
Yeah.
I got. Go ahead.
Oh, you good? Yeah, I had nothing.
All right. I got two more questions. One for me and one for my girl, because she listened to your music and she felt like it was pretty dope too. Have your music playing, my baby in the background. She doing a little dance and stuff too. But my question for me is, using the studio with Royce the 5'9" and Dave East. What was kind of like the vibe? Like, what is it like being in the studio with, Dave East up and coming, Royce the 5'9"?
So I don't have a song with Dave East. I have a song with John Connor and Royce the 5'9".
Okay, my bad.
Oh, good. Both Detroit legends to me, both spitters. Like, I'm a huge fan of John Connor, and it's crazy because when I did that particular song, Crown, I had the idea. I laid my verse and the hook. John was in LA, and I said to him, I have this idea. Can you take a listen? And if you like it, hop on it. And he turned it back around to me in 2 days.
Nice.
Then I was just capping the album, like closing it out. The 6 songs were done. And a couple days before the 6 songs were done, Street Runner was in Detroit with Royce, and Royce jumped on the record. So, that was like mind blowing, because I'm such a fan of Royce. Like, he's one of my favorite rappers to watch perform live. Like, he's a beast. He's a king at it. Like, he'll get on stage and he sounds just like he does on his records. His energy's all the way live. So, I had been bugging him. Like, every time I had seen him, I had kind of been like, oh, you're going to get me this verse? You're going to get me this verse? And I got it in the 9th hour, and that song is so incredible. I mean, even the gospel choirs on there are live. Like, I was in the studio with the singers, and they were freestyling right in the booth.
Wow.
That's lit. Yeah, sometimes you got to bug people, man, to get what you want. I mean, to get results. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So, and the question's from my girl. She said, what is it like being a female artist? And, they say it's a mostly dominated field. Dominated male field.
Yeah. So I think that I honestly want to say that I was really lucky, right? I am around some of the greatest men in the business, and they have always treated me like I'm an equal. So I can't say that I've had a terrible experience in the business, but I also think that when you go into a situation and you put up certain expectations, like, okay, you're going to respect what I have to say, because I'm going to respect what you say, and vice versa. I think it just makes for a more positive scenario. So I'm super lucky. Like, some of the biggest players on my team are male. And I've just been lucky like that.
So what do you, for us, today's our big break. You interviewing us is our big break. It's like this is our first substantial interview for real. So we had like other YouTubers, but this is by far our biggest. So what was that moment for yours when you feel like the delusions are not, they're real now?
That's so easy. So it was all within 24 hours, when I dropped my album Dreamers and Thinkers, at midnight when I saw the album track list and I saw AdELA featuring Fat Joe, Royce the 5'9", John Connor, Cool G Rap, Core Mega, Skyzoo, Torre. I was like, Kid Vicious, Clemmer Shot. I was like, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I did that. And then when I got to see it on iTunes and it hit number 21 on the charts, and I got to see it next to Drake,
yeah.
and you know, and next to like the big guys in the business, I was like, okay, you know, it validated me being an independent artist. It validated like putting in all the work that I did, you know, all those years prior. Because when you are an independent artist and just any artist in the business, you plant these seeds and you got to keep planting them and water them, and you know, and eventually they grow. But you got to stay consistent.
Another quote: "You don't eat the fruit the same day you plant your seed." So that's it's amazing to see someone grow, do it independently. Like you said, you were surrounded by greatness. The music sounds like it has that, like you can tell you're not taking anyone's style. It's original. Classic rappers, Cool G Rap and Royce on the same album. That's nuts. What do you think?
That also was a moment for me. Like when I heard Cool G Rap say my name, I was like, wait, you know, like this is G Rap, you know. And then getting in the studio with Core Mega, I mean, he's a legend to me, you know, like
I know that,
and just knowing that I got these kind of rappers, this level of rapper on my project, and they all brought their A game. Like, you know, it was like I was humbled. That was a humbling moment for me.
Yeah, I know being with Cormega meant a lot, especially with connection with Nas. So.
Yeah, and Mega's, you know, we've become really good friends, and you know, and that's the thing. You know, I'm real blessed to have some of these people in my life.
What's next for you?
So it's crazy because, you know, we're in quarantine mode and I have like 3 EPs in the chamber.
I bet.
And I'm like, I just did right before quarantine happened. I was in New York with Rock Wilder and we did 3 songs. I spent like a weekend there and we did 3 songs. And so, I mean, it was like so quickly. And then I came back from New York and it was like everything shut down. And then I have something coming with my executive room. And then like on the low, I've been working on my own private 3 records. I got some soul samples on there. I'm like, listen, this is what I want. And so I'm in the process of getting things mixed, mastered. I'm doing the things I didn't want to do, like be on social, really heavy, like just being on that, you know, just getting in that zone right now. I'm also working with a friend of mine and partner therapist, Mandy. We are really heavily working together to help end the stigma of mental health in the music business, especially. I thought that was really, really important. So we are doing a 6-week course. We're doing live video chats with people, group chats. We are dropping videos every week on different topics because in this business, part of being successful is also being mentally healthy. So I feel like I have so many things going on, and you know, I'm just planting those seeds right now.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome to hear. Any other questions? I have one more question, but I'll let the guys go. Any more questions?
Well, my question is, you pretty much already answered. I was going to ask how do you cope with all this Corona stuff going on and getting your stuff out. But let's say this is the perfect time. You know, if you want to work on anything as far as your craft, it's a perfect time to master your craft. You know, you say you got your EPs. I know you probably look back at them a couple of times, say, okay, what can I fix on this and that? But
I'm like fire. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
So you're very well traveled. Where's your favorite place to 1, perform, and 2, to vacation?
Ooh. So I want to say that, that's really hard. I'll perform anywhere. Like if you asked me tomorrow to go perform in someone's living room, I would just do it. Like,
I used to do cable, so you don't want to go in a louder living rooms.
But what makes a performance good, it doesn't matter what city it's in, it's just the energy of the people. So some cities they're live and some you got to make them live.
Right.
But my best place to travel is I was in Africa 2 years ago to see my grandma. That was a great trip. I love London. It's like my vibe all the way. It's old and new, it's a great mix. The people are amazing. So I'm a people person. I'll go anywhere and make friends.
That's great.
That's dope.
My question was, do you have the Grammy in your sights? Is that a personal goal? And how far do you think you're off from it?
I don't know. I don't even think about that anymore. Like, you're just like, fuck it. I'd rather have all the fans and people just really,
Well, we are wishing you success, and I believe you will get one. You're definitely talented. Are you acting?
Yes.
No, but you never know. Never know.
Yes, you should. Maybe potting might be for you. Get on camera.
Maybe.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you having you. We don't want to take too much of your time.
Thank you guys, and definitely send me the link of the podcast. I want to share it on my networks, and this was really an amazing conversation. I'm honored to be on this show. You guys are super intelligent, amazing guys, so thank you.
And we're A-list now because we had you here.
You know that. All right, guys, have a good weekend.
Bless you.
I'm talking lights, camera, action. Step in the arena, I'm the main attraction. Fuck your C's, pinky ring, bling bling. I'ma get a reaction.